Welcome to the Exports Insight podcast. Today we have Katya Tarapovskaia. Did I get that right?
Everyone struggles with my surname. Yeah, Tarapovskaia.
Katya is coming from an account-based marketing agency in the UK, and we are talking about how to enable and service companies in providing them with export insights, with entering new markets, go-to-market strategies. So, Katya, for the start, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you do, what your agency does, and how do you serve businesses in this regard.
Thank you for having me. Actually, just in short about my company, it's the ABM agency. We focus on ABM and AI solutions, also in partnership with HubSpot and 6sense. What we do, we will help SaaS businesses sell faster through ABM and AI solutions. Just in short about ABM, it's account-based marketing. So it's very targeted marketing that focus on some specific accounts.
You help SaaS companies sell themselves or sell their products faster, or both?
I would say both. Yeah. So it might be like we help SaaS businesses from startup to enterprises, small, medium, or large enterprises. So selling their solutions and products and mainly their solutions.
So can you tell us more about the account-based marketing? Because there are so many new approaches: account-based marketing, lead generation, outbound, inbound,
Yeah.
market-led growth, product-led growth, and so forth and so forth. So maybe I know that many people might have heard this term, but it's not really clear on what it stands for. So maybe back to the basics, what is account-based marketing and how do you do it?
Yeah, you're right. There are so many B2B tactics, marketing and sales tactics, how to target accounts, how to sell faster. Account-based marketing is a very personalized, very targeted approach, helping companies to find in-market accounts. In-market accounts, it means find companies that they're ready to buy your solutions. So instead of like just generate leads, it's lead generation. We offer ABM solutions. So it means we help your company, other companies to find in-market accounts. So companies who are ready to buy your solutions and target them with a very personalized messaging, very personalized tactics. So it helps sell faster because you don't spend money, you don't spend time on some accounts that's not ready to buy.
How do you know which accounts are ready to buy? How do you do the filtering process?
That's a good question. There are a few solutions. There are some technology companies, platforms that can help you, intent-based technology solutions that help you catch intent. What does it mean, intent? It's some signal that shows you this company is ready to buy. So they search for keywords or so they're scraping information across the internet and show you some accounts that are ready to buy based on intent signals. For instance, 6sense is one of these platforms. There are many demand-based. So there are so many. Also, there are AI solutions, so you can build your agents, and these agents can also scrap internet, find information, and show you, okay, this pool of accounts they're ready to buy. So it's based on intent and some signals that show you that these companies searching at the moment your solution.
So what kind of clients usually do you have? You have SaaS companies solely, or you have some other type of clients that you're serving?
So it's not only SaaS, but I prefer working with SaaS companies because my experience, 50 plus years working for SaaS companies, and I understand very well this landscape markets. But it might be also service provided companies, some agencies as well, or some consulting firms. But mainly I focus on SaaS because of my previous background and my previous experience, and I see how this approach, account-based marketing plus AI solutions, how definitely they work for these companies and how these solutions help companies, SaaS businesses, sell much faster.
So how would you measure success for your clients? I mean, so you're saying it will sell faster, but how do you measure the success? Because I guess there are different type of companies there.
Success so we measure marketing and business success. So marketing success, what I mean, so we measure progress. So how fast these companies, our clients, they are moving to these accounts. And so there are, just in short, there are a few buying stages. So from awareness to purchase. Marketing progress, we measure how we move these accounts in market accounts from awareness considerations stage to purchase. So we track where are these accounts at the moment based on their buyer behavior, what actions they took already. So, and how we can target them further to close deals with these accounts. And business success. So marketing metrics might be like booked meetings. So we see all signals, what actions. So we measure many. We track different metrics, but it's important because we can track exactly the buying journey, because every business has its own journey. And business success is definitely pipeline growth. So it means like how many opportunities have been recently opened using our solutions. So how many companies, how many deals have been closed? So it's more so business is like pipeline growth and revenue in there.
Just to understand, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the customer journey based on accounts, right? Not based on leads. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's right. So we are not focused on leads because leads it might be qualified leads, but we focus on in market accounts. So just some analogy that I love. So when you go fishing, instead of just browsing how many pounds and what's the best pond, to catch your fish, the biggest fish, we just show you, okay, this is your pond and this is your fish that you need to catch, and this fish is ready to be caught. Just as some kind of analogy. So in terms of ABM, it's the same approach. So instead of some just searching for the right market, searching for your accounts, we just show you based on intent, signals, and your previous, also your historical data. We identify your best fit accounts and show you this is in market accounts. They are ready to buy. And we just need to tailor a very personalized approach, a plan to raise awareness and also show our solution, but in the right way. So this is important. So ABM is about creating the account plan, creating the strategy that exactly can penetrate this account and show your solution in the right way to these accounts. So that's why we are not focused on lead generation. We are focused on marketing qualified accounts. Let's call it like this. So it's in market accounts that are ready to buy. So why the solution works? Just because we reduce marketing budgets. So we reduce time and just shorten the sales cycle and help companies sell faster through very personalized approach and leveraging the best technology and AI solutions to implement it.
To be your client, do they have to? I mean, what is the sweet spot of being your client? Like, is there a size, marketing team size, sales team size, some revenue, number of employees? What would be, I don't know, the sweet spot? How would you, let's say, what is the profile or your ideal customer profile? So someone might hear this and say, okay, I should go to your seller. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm their ideal customer. Who would be your ideal customer?
That's a good question. So actually, we love working with all companies, but our sweet spot is actually enterprises. Why the enterprise level companies? Because to do ABM, you also need some resources, and your company should be ready for following this approach. Because if you are early stage startup, it might be very difficult for you to follow this approach. It's possible, but it can take more time, because actually startups, they need to validate their proposition. So they are not settled. And that's why many processes are not in place. But ABM requires some settled processes, company business processes, marketing operations, working with SDRs, marketing team. So our sweet spot enterprises also who are ready also to invest in some technology and some AI solutions. Yeah, so we work across different verticals. So it's not only like manufacturing, it's also financial services, software, telecommunications, pharma. ed tech, so different verticals, but mainly we work with enterprises.
So let's say for manufacturing, because it's Exports Insights is the name of the podcast. So maybe you don't have to, if you can share, you don't have to mention the name of the company, but like a case that some company wanted to enter a new market, let's say a manufacturing one, or I don't know, maybe some other, from some other vertical, like how they were before, after they started working with you, and what were the results?
So my first experience working with manufacturing companies, it was a Snowflake. I was in charge of the product launch, the manufacturing industry. I can say it's one of the most complex markets, verticals, because actually all companies, they have a very complex sales cycle and many processes in place. But ABM can help. So working for my own ABM agency, it helps shorten the sales cycle, because we know that the sales cycle in the manufacturing industry is very long. It takes, so the buying committee can be like 20 people. So it's not only one person you need to target. So ABM can help you with the right strategy, targeting all buying personas across all business units, because we create a separate strategy for each business unit, for persona-based strategy, messaging, and all tactics. And it's a very targeted, personalized approach. So instead of like, if you compare ABM and lead generation, it's a big difference. So how lead generation works. So we just some kind of spray and pray approach. So start targeting this vertical and see how many leads and which leads can come. But instead, what we do, we identify in market accounts. So I used to work. So my first customer based in Germany. I can't unfortunately name the company because all our campaigns were under NDA. So it's exactly how I described the long sales cycle. They targeted some specific. So we identify some in market accounts. So accounts that ready to buy. And we created persona-based strategies for each key decision maker and each business unit. What's the result? First, booked meetings. So it's definitely went up during just 1 month, because all messaging were very tailored to each persona. So because now we understand that attention matters, and if you just target your buying committee, buying group with the same message, result will be zero. So, and our tailored approach following ABM, the ABM strategy tactics, so uplift in booked meetings was 35%. And in the end, we closed our first deal. So we had a pool of 10 accounts, so 10 target accounts. And it was one-to-one approach. For each account, we developed all these plans and all these strategies in messaging and campaigns. And so the first deal closed in just 3 months. So in this industry, you understand that the manufacturing industry is very complex, and it's really the sales cycle might be 1 year, 2 years.
Did you go to a new market? Did you start with a specific geography and then you found the accounts, or you have multiple approaches in that regard?
So in this case that I just described, it was the German market. The German market is very different. So all EMEA, if we talk about EMEA, all EMEA markets, they're very different. They follow different, it's not just about language, it's about localization. What means localization? It's like understanding their culture, background, understanding how they make decisions, understanding. So it's like many stages. And this exact company targeted the German market. So all these accounts were German companies. So I needed to understand how it's not just about language, understanding what's the best messaging, what's the best approach. So for instance, but it was just, I need to tell this, it was the American company, but it was the German, I would say, the unit of this company. And the global messaging, American messaging, of course, wasn't a great fit for Germany because, for instance, just one example, the US messaging might be, let's disrupt the market. Let's create the best technology. The German market is very different and they don't follow this message. So we created It's a very self-integrated solutions. It's about innovation, but more about pragmatic approach. So I used to work with some localization team, and they helped me to create the right strategy for this market as well. But more just about tactics, how the German people, how they make decisions. And it was for the DACH region. Germany was my, I would say, first experience working with this. Not the first working for Ustar. In my previous background working for a corporation, I used to work with the DACH region, but we created a very tailored and market-focused approach for this American company based in Germany. So they for their department in Germany.
I do have a question on the differences in cultural fluency and culture and regulatory fit and so forth. But I wanted to ask you, it pops to my mind all the time. Like, how do you choose which channel to go to, or how do you make because you're approaching accounts, they have different decision-making process. You're going with different strategy for decision makers, business units, and so forth. What is the combination of channels you use to approach them? And how you make a decision on which channel to use for what?
That's a good question, because marketing now should be multi-channel. So you can't follow, for instance, we know that LinkedIn doesn't work well in Germany. They have their own social media, Zing. So that's why, so understanding the market, so you need also, of course, have experience and what your best, so first you need to run tests. It's just first advice. Never scale your strategy, your campaigns before running your first test. It's, I think, a key principle of ABM as well, being agile. So how to choose the right channel? So of course you need to understand the market. For instance, like we know that in Germany there are some key medias that we want to work with, not just from a PR perspective, also some programmatic. So different tactics. So I created some different campaigns per channel. Social media, paid, programmatic, plus working with media. Another approach that works very well is co-partnership. So you need to find the right partners. It's called like partner marketing. You need to find the right partners to work with across different markets. Is the same approach, but you need to find local partners. It's not just media. It's also maybe some technology partners. You need to use their audience because they already build the right audience for your customer, and you need to advertise your solution leveraging their audience. So I would say partner marketing, let's say co-marketing, is one of the most performing, they're always outperforming channels across all markets, but you need to find very specific channels for your market, because France has different media, Germany or Nordics, the Nordics market. So, and one more, so first multi-channel approach, the second you need to run tests, how to validate your assumptions, if this channel performs well, or you need to find another channel. Focus on also partner marketing, co-marketing, let's say like this. But how to find the right channels? So I can tell you that every company, so maybe one channel works very well for one company and another channel doesn't work for another company, but in the same market. So that's why run tests, validate assumptions, and improve your campaigns, gaining these insights. So every campaign give you some very valuable insights, and you can make changes and just measure your progress.
I have a question here. Now, we're talking about campaigns, we're talking about channels, we're talking about outreach, but where is the human touch? Do you have an SDR? Do you have a marketeer? Do you have a person who is navigating all those communication in some point, or at what point?
I love your questions. They're very great. So yes, I think in the era of AI, definitely it's not easy to catch people's attention, but attention, I would say, is a new currency, and that's why you always need to add some human touch. So of course you do outreach. It's I would say AI enhanced rather than AI generated. What I mean, so I build agents, AI agents, to do outreach, SDR. Also, 6sense has the integrated workflows, a great feature that you can run different campaigns across different channels and much faster, and just validate your assumptions and measure progress. And it works very, very well. But understanding where is human, so still people want to talk to people. And That's very important. Just also personalized approach. It means you understand very well what's your buying persona, what's your persona look for. Because if you, again, why ABM works, account-based marketing, because it's not just generic message. It's very personalized, leveraging AI solutions, but it looks very human. But the key component that you identify your buying persona challenges. This is a hook to grab to get their attention, and where the human actually touch lays. Also working with SDR's team and marketing teams, we always use very personalized messaging, and AI can help you enhance this process and run more tests, more campaigns to validate your assumptions in terms of challenges, your buying persona challenges, and not just generic outreach. So this is, I think, the answer.
Regularly in your services, when you offer the services, are giving you're setting up meetings, you're doing outreach and so forth. Who takes the sales calls? Do you or the internal team of
Real
the client?
people.
The real people, okay.
I understand. On my side, on the client side, it's on the client side because I don't provide, I would say, this kind of services for a few reasons. First, it's we tried, and I can tell you it doesn't work properly because actually the client sales team has some insights, and they understand their product, understand their solutions, and I would recommend not to outsource the stuff. So it should be on the client side, because very often, as a marketing person, and many marketing people I know that might underestimate sales efforts in terms of running these calls. But anyhow, I think in my experience, sales teams, client sales teams, they always perform much better from a sales call perspective. Let's call it like this. So that's why I would recommend outsource the stuff to agencies and services. It should be on the client side.
I have so many questions. I mean, we already are 25 minutes into the discussion, but let me ask this, because I mean, what are the key challenges? Like someone, I don't know, from a company thinks to go into a new market. They're listening to this podcast, hopefully, and they think to themselves, so what are the challenges or like the objections that company have to use this kind of services? I know the benefits are cutting the sales time, cutting the sales process, increasing sales velocity, but what would you say are the main objections, and what do you say are the best answers to those?
First, I would say this approach in my company helps reduce waste of money and time, because marketing, it's not easy to prove marketing ROI. But when companies do this stuff without understanding the go-to-market complexity or challenges, they can overspend, and they can spend too much marketing money on some tactics, strategies, and prospects they're not ready to buy. So to reduce, I would say, this spending, you can hire professionals who understand very well the go-to-market complexity and understand how to identify this in market accounts that's ready to buy. That's why I know that now this kind of services, they are more popular, because companies understand that they need to save money on marketing and sales, and they need professionals who understand very well which AI solution, what technology can help to reduce the spend and also sell faster, because the SaaS market is really very crowded at the moment. And especially when you do go to market, you need to be very precise, and you have expertise across all regions. And you need to hire professionals who understand all markets and understand what's the best strategy for instance, for France or Germany or Italy. So understand not just the go-to-market challenges, also understand the industry, the target market, and what's the best marketing tactics and strategies that can help them sell much faster.
I have a question. I know you work in US, you work throughout different countries in Europe, and you work, as I understood, in EMEA, right? You're helping clients. So let's put EMEA. What is different, let's say, in doing business or closing deals in EMEA, let's say, compared to Germany or to UK?
So I would say, let's compare, I don't know, the UK market and the Germany market. So the big difference is people's mindset, people's cultural background, different competitors across these markets. Because, for instance, the UK market maybe, we know the German market is a bit not in crisis, but there is some kind of, I would say, economical struggle. That's why now in Germany, I would say to sell, it's more difficult than to sell in the UK, because the UK market is bigger. So it's not just about the size, it's also about some economic complexities. And so there are many factors. And my example, so I'm at the moment working with some SaaS businesses that sell across UK, France, and Germany. And the difference in numbers, so in the UK, I would say the approach, so it's slightly easier to sell, because for German people, it takes more time, to make a decision. They need a proof. They need to calculate ROI. It should be very detailed. So, and I would say the sales cycle is longer. In the UK market, I would say the sales cycle is shorter. Definitely, just because of the company, the region size and cultural and economic complexities, I would say. So I see the difference. So working for the SaaS client, there is a big difference between these two markets because of all these reasons that I just highlighted.
As we are coming to the end, maybe what is your, I don't know, the key advice you would give to companies that want to expand their markets and find new clients? What would be, let's say, the takeaway that you would say, if only someone listened to an owner listened to this one, or let's say a member of the buying committee or decision maker from an enterprise level company, what would you say the main advice is for those people?
The main advice is be agile. It means instead of wasting your money, just run tests, validate your assumptions, because very often the go-to-market plan might be unsuccessful just because your assumptions in terms of market, product fit, your ICP, your market accounts might be wrong. So before scaling, just run tests and just validate your assumptions, because it's easy. I would say it's not easy, but I think step by step, and just because we all want to scale faster, but I think it should be smarter, and you need to leverage this agile approach, running tests.
Thank you, Katya. Probably I have like 10 more questions to ask you, but let's leave it as such. Do you want to share any last thoughts before we close this, I don't know, podcast? Do you want to add
I
something?
think my also one more thought. I think people, professionals, people, your team, it matters who work for you. So that's why hiring the right people, the right partner, working with the right partner, technology partner, it matters, because you need the right expertise and you need to sell faster and scale faster and smarter. So I would say invest in people as well.
Well, before we leave, then let's not this be the last question. Before we leave, because you said invest in people. I'm seeing this. I mean, besides the sales process, more or less has the same stages, right? Throughout the last century, probably. Now the technology changed, the processes changed, the type of regulation changed, many things changed, but the process still has the same. Lately, at least on LinkedIn, maybe I'm following those kind of people. It's GTM, tech will exchanges. At one moment, I was looking at something like 15,000 marketing and sales softwares available there. Like 10 years ago, there were 150. It was HubSpot, Salesforce, and 100 others. Now there are 15,000. So what would you say? What is the best? Let's not go into detail. I mean, you mentioned you're doing in HubSpot and Sixth Sense, but what is the best combination of sales, process, strategy, tech stack? I know having this account-based marketing in mind.
That's, I think, a really great question, because tech stack matters, definitely. It can facilitate your processes, amplify your processes as well. It depends on your budget. I would say, keep it simple. Or if you just started doing ABM, or you're keen to do ABM, start with HubSpot. HubSpot is the best CRM solution, sales solution as well. There are so many features available now, and AI they breathe AI, that's great. You can also use intent with HubSpot, leveraging a feature, HubSpot's feature. So start with HubSpot, and I would say Sixth Sense is definitely for companies who want to accelerate their ABM and their revenue strategy, because they also have great, I would say, it's like a rocket. You can run so sophisticated, integrated workflows and covering all channels. It's integrated with HubSpot as well and with many, many other technologies. But I would say AI agents, so building AI agents now, affordable. So you can go with HubSpot plus building AI agents. If you need help, happy to help you to find the right AI strategy. So yeah, I would say if you're aware, there are some AI agent platforms building AI agents. It's Zapier, Make. There are a few that you can start with. Zapier, for instance. You can practice. It's for free, so you don't need to invest. You just play around with the agents, I don't know, for sales or for marketing. Also, you can do research, leveraging AI. So, yeah, I would say I'm a big AI advocate, because I can see how it can improve your sales, your marketing, research. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Katya. So if it's not a problem if they go to use with double L and contact you if they want more and ask for your service from any of the audience, that's okay.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, that's awesome. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I have my ABM AI ABM newsletter. So yeah, so I share a lot of tips. Yeah, so you can learn more about ABM and AI, how to accelerate your revenue. Yeah.
Thank you, Katya, and thank you everyone for listening to Export Insights till the end.